Welcome to Reciprocity Training. Today you'll learn all about reciprocity and how to use the system. First, I'll give you some background information on DAXCO's reciprocity solution. Second, I'll lead system administrators through some basic setup tasks. Next, I'll go over checking in and managing reciprocal members in the database. Finally, we'll look at some facility usage reports. Here's a quick overview of reciprocity. Reciprocity is a web-based software solution that provides a way for WISE to check in members from other associations. Web-based just means that you'll log into our Reciprocity website over the internet. This will let you track your visitors and view reports on their visits later. So what's the benefit of using Reciprocity? First of all, this adds value to your memberships. Because otherwise in your area will all have access to Reciprocity, members can now choose branches that are convenient to where they live or work. Like I said before, you'll be able to monitor who is visiting your branch and which of your members are visiting other branches, which gives you insight into the preferences of your members. And if you choose to add on Raptor, you'll get the peace of mind that comes up with scheduled sex offender scans. Finally, Reciprocity is free. Even if you're not a DAXCO Operations customer, we still believe that reciprocity makes the Y movement stronger. Now that you know about reciprocity, we'll move on to what system administrators will need to do when you launch. Here is some basic vocabulary to know about setting up branches and users. Remember, a branch is any facility where a member will be checking in. DAXCO customers will not have to set up branches. This will be done for you. But non-DAXCO customers will need to set up their different branches if the association has multiple branches. A user is a staff member that will check in members as they come into the Y. Each user will have their own username and password to log in to the Reciprocity website. To begin this setup, you'll need to log in by entering a username and password. You'll need to add branches so that you can filter by branch in facility usage reports. To set up a new branch, you'll click the branches link on the navigation bar to the left. Then you'll click the link that says Add a new branch. Now enter the name of the branch you would like to add. You'll repeat this step for any branches where your association's members will be checking in. Next, we'll talk about setting up users. To set up a new user, click the user's link in the navigation bar on the left, then click Add New User. Remember, a user is someone who's going to be checking in the reciprocal members, typically your front desk staff. Now you'll fill in any information about the user, along with the association and branch that they work for. Then you'll select permissions that will allow the user to access certain areas of the Reciprocity site. All users are granted the check-in reciprocal members permission by default. The Manage Member Database permission means that the user will be able to add or edit reciprocal members in the site. View Reports means that you'll allow a user to view facility usage reports that show visits to their home branch and visiting branches. Manage Settings means that you're able to edit branches. Block Member means that you can block or unblock members from accessing the facility. After you fill in this user information and choose permissions, click Save. If you'd like to edit a user's settings, click on Users and type in the user name, using the last name, comma, space, first name format. Click Find and then click Edit. This will allow you to edit information about the user, like their password or permission settings. Keep this in mind about setting up branches and users. Remember that system administrators are responsible for managing and adding new branches and users. Any current DAXCO customers will not need to set up branches. And any user that will be checking in members at multiple branches will need separate logins for each branch that they work for. Now that we've shown the system administrator how to set up branches and users, let's talk about checking in members and managing members' details. Here are some basic terms that you need to know. To check someone in is to allow a member facility access. we'll use the check-in function to grant our reciprocal members access. Manage Database is an area where we can add or change details about a reciprocal member, like their status or their name. To check in a member, click the Visiting Members link on the left navigation bar. Keep in mind this area only allows you to view visitors from other branches, not your branch's members. Then you'll enter the name, barcode, or member ID of the reciprocal member that you would like to check in, and then click Go. Keep in mind that you can use the same barcode scanner that you use to scan members' cards in your operating system, so no need to purchase any different hardware. You'll then see a list of members that match the criteria that you entered. Find the correct member and then click Check In. After you've clicked Check In, you're finished. The reciprocal member's visit has been recorded. Remember, you can check in a reciprocal member by name, barcode, or member ID. You may have members that need to be blocked from gaining access to the facility. If you go to Visiting Members, you'll see a little wheel icon next to someone's name. You can click Block, and now a message will pop up if they try to check in. Sometimes you may need to quickly add a new member to the database. The main reason you would add someone manually is in this situation. Let's say that a member joins at another branch this morning, but then wants to check in at your branch in the afternoon. Since a file upload has not taken place and the membership database hasn't been refreshed, you'll need to add them manually to check them in. Adding a new member is as easy as filling out a short form about the reciprocal member. You'll click Member Database on the left and then click Add New Member link on the right. Now you'll fill in information about the reciprocal member, like their name, address, ID, and barcode. You'll need to pay close attention to the permission settings. Make sure to update the reciprocal member to active, where they can use reciprocal privileges at your branch. When you're finished, click Save. If you needed to update information about a reciprocal member, like change their status from inactive to active, then you'd go to the member database and type in the name or ID number of the visiting member. Then you'll click Find. When you see the member that you're searching for, you'll click the Edit button to change their information. Let's look at our last agenda item for today, accessing reports. There are two reports that you can access that will show facility usage for reciprocal members. First is the Visiting Member Utilization Report. This will show members that have visited your branch that have a membership at another Y. The second report, Home Member Utilization, will display your branch's members and where they've checked in during the specified date range at other Ys. Let's take a look at accessing these reports in the system. To access either the Home or Visiting Member Utilization Report, click the report name on the left. Then you'll enter your desired date range and click Run Report. Next, you'll see a list of matches for the report that you've chosen. You can also export this list to Excel. Looks like we've covered our entire agenda for today's training. We've looked at the basics of reciprocity, setting up branches and users, checking in and managing members, and accessing reports. This concludes your reciprocity training. Have your system administrator contact Daxco Support Services if you have any questions.